Good afternoon and welcome to my program management tool proposal for the Program Integrated Project Team IPT Update Portal. I'm the program manager, Gabe Smith. So the agenda for this presentation is to identify the problem, how I used Lovable Dev to create a prototype, how I used Requisitor AI to plan and organize execution, the organizational connection and how it'll benefit us, and the next steps for the implementation of this. So the problem statement. At this organization, a PM's responsibility for scope, schedule, and budget, among many other things, bestows great importance on the management of a schedule, otherwise known as project plan in some departments, in the Microsoft project application. So while this application to our organization as a whole and to many others is pretty much the standard for project management software because it's robust and has really advanced features, it's also expensive and licenses, especially here at this organization, are often prioritized to a small subset of people, individuals, and this creates an issue because not all of the 10 or more integrated project team leads on each program can easily and effectively access, update, or view the integrated master schedule, or in this case, the schedule. This matters because when IPT leads are in charge of their resources for many different simultaneous projects with different dependencies, they have a lot of meetings during the day, and in addition to the lack of licenses for project, they really don't have sufficient time to get all the pertinent updates in terms of work completed, and that's on a weekly basis even. Um, there has to be a more effective means of communicating the updates to the program manager and back. So I think, and I propose that AI can enhance this process and utilize automation through alternative portal and website as opposed to Microsoft Project. That it and it will supplement the program manager's use of project, and it will enable the leads to update the program manager and have better communication overall. Um, the desired outcome is a tool that enables effective schedule updates and communication from IPT leads to the PM, and I think that success will be measured through the PM receiving 95% on average of IPT lead updates in a timely manner by end of day Thursday. That's the start, and that's the proposed plan. So as a baseline to look back on, the success rate currently is only at about 60%. This is due to the restrictions and inability to get those updates that I previously mentioned. So, on to prototype creation. I utilize um, a stack prompting strategy with Cloud AI and Lovable, and I'm going to show you that right now. So first, I created a simple but succinct Cloud AI, a very useful tool I found in the last weeks, to create a prompt for input that will design a dashboard for integrated project teams to give status and schedule updates based on tasks that the PM is managing. So this sounds familiar, right? So it outputted a pretty comprehensive list of, and all of these items I verified do align with what we do as an organization. Use of Gantt charts, milestones, all those things. It facilitates weekly and bi-weekly. So this is a detailed prompt with a lot of technical importance, like in our org. And I then inputted that into this and these tools are free, by the way, so that this should be very accessible for all PMs to use in a similar manner. So this is interface on a website, user interface for lovable.dev, in which I inputted the prompt here, the same thing that was outputted from cloud. Again, this is called stack prompting, to output this really succinct and usable and free interactive schedule dashboard. So as you can see, it has all of our milestones and schedules available, milestones and tasks. There are some limitations, which I'll brush up on later in the proposal. And then it has these cool metrics and useful tools. And it provides these statusings for each of the IPT leads each week. So this is going to be the period of a weekly basis, which is very useful. Plus any resource needs or risks, which was a nice addition. So that's the look of the output. Another tool, I'm going to go back to my slide deck here. Thanks for your patience. The other tool I used was regarding planning, organizing, and execution. And this is a schedule-like dashboard. And again, I was use stack prompting strategy here with Claude to start, and then I use Requisitor AI. So that looks something like this. I took our this prompt, create a prompt for Requisitor that will generate a project for avionics component, the current project that I'm speaking of at this time. It will include initiatives, epics, user stories, tasks, and complexity ratings and a timeline with the following elements. And I outlined the typical, and for this actual project, the tailored phase gate review checklist for every milestone here in order. So I got this output, which I then inputted again through stack prompting into Requisitor, and this is what it produced. It produced a very helpful project in this portal, again free. This is another free application, very useful. So this would be the ease of adding members. The IPT leads would go here, and they would come in and update and check on the statusing. And this would be the interface in which the program manager goes in and updates anything pertinent here, so that it's that intermediary portal, that repository that both the PM and the IPT lead can access, so that this type of bottleneck doesn't happen again. So to walk you through that process very briefly, I'm just going to scroll down and show you the kind of detail and the many tasks and line items you can input in here. And these will be, again, a direct output from the PM. So it does create some program management overhead, not a perfect tool, but it is certainly a useful stopgap and tool to use in the meantime before the company can upgrade its systems. Further, the organizational connection here. Again, it's a free way to facilitate communication between PM and IPT leads, getting those very vital statusings and date changes and updates. It is easy to access through a browser or URLs. It can be sent in a hyperlink in an email, or it can be saved on favorites on a browser. Super simple. And this is just, again, to get more update statusing and schedule snapshots, especially for program management reviews that are coming up next week. The next steps, I will be sending this presentation out via email in a PDF format. I will also be sending a link to SharePoint where the project charter is kept so that we can get buy-in and sign-offs for the implementation of this IPT update portal. And also after the project charter is signed and we initiate, we will revise the PMP for this mission critical avionics component development program specifically. Thank you for your time and have a great day.